Hi, I'm Matt Ellis, founder and CEO of Scede. We enable scaling companies to achieve hiring success. So we have three main services: embedded talent, talent sourcing, and advisory. So we help companies at all stages of growth, from startup, scale up, all the way through to category leaders. That includes companies that are pre-seed, seed, Series A, B, and beyond. Our companies include Supercell in the gaming industry, Onfido, Klarna, the list goes on.
So I'm Matt, founder of the People Collective. So we are a group of people leaders solving people challenges for all sorts of companies, from startups to scale-ups to media agencies. And we've been doing this for about 5 years now, for about 150 companies to date. So we've been very lucky to help some of Europe's truly category-leading businesses, companies like Deliveroo, Multiverse, Motorway, as well as larger companies like Pret a Manger, and smaller, really interesting startups like Mevo and Protex.
The key reason for the partnership is, first and foremost, it makes sense. I've spoken to hundreds, if not thousands, of founders over the years, and their biggest constraints are people and talent related. I always have the very simple thing in my mind: you have the talent, now what? Scede have always been very honest about what we're good at and what we're not. We're great at recruitment, we're not people, and it's an industry and a specialism all of its own. I've known the People Collective since they were founded. Scede were in fact their second customer, and we've kept in close contact since then, operate in the same industry, have many of the same contacts and customers. They're clearly a bunch of people that know exactly what they're up to. It made sense for our two organisations to run side by side. And we know from previous experiences that when we're in a down market, it's a great opportunity to reinvestigate, rebuild, rethink what the future looks like. And one of those things for us was knowing full well that we as a business, if we didn't come out of this scenario with something different to offer the market that made us stronger as a business and a service provider to this space, that we would have deemed that to be a failure. And these strategic partnerships and broadening our service offering to solve for the customer sets that we already work with was a big part of that. We're going to continue to learn what we're great at and the services that we can provide, and inevitably there will be needs in our customers that we don't solve for today, and it'll be really interesting to see how we look to build those ourselves or look to drive similar strategic partnerships to further enable our customers to achieve people and talent success.
So this is something Matt and I have talked about for a very long time. This idea of a people and talent ecosystem where you can actually solve challenges for these companies, not just in recruitment and not just in the people side. Both of our businesses kept getting asked, how do we go about hiring the right people? Or how do we go about developing those people within our businesses? This is why I'm so excited about it, right? Is we get to work with incredibly exciting businesses and to solve those problems end to end across the employee life cycle, and create great employee experiences, not just for candidates and the way that you hire people, but also for their development over the longer term as well.
The difference could be game-changing for companies. I think the partnership ecosystem for scaling companies is incredibly fragmented. As a founder, I would have to find different partners, resources, tools to help me solve different problem sets. And being able to go to one credible partner that can solve a broader set of challenges that I know I can trust, that will save me a bunch of time and a bunch of risk in that process.
For scaling companies, they want to know that they can get partners who they can trust, who actually care about them as a business and see them as an organisation who have their own nuances, their own differences, etc. But this was something that always drew me towards Scede, was the fact that they focus so heavily on the client outcomes, and it aligns so well with the approach that we've taken as well, which is how can we actually enable these companies to be successful through their people? And therefore, if you get the ability to solve not just the talent problems, but the people problems with two folks that really care about your business, about the nuances and the ways of working that are important to you, then it can make a massive difference, because you know that you've got a group of people that you can trust to get that done right. For tech companies, for folks within talent, for folks within HR roles, it's been an absolute roller coaster of the last 3 or 4 years now. So I think right now you've got this period of turbulence and change. The way that we see the market right now is that you've got these companies who have had these restructures, these reorgs, and right now they need to retain their best people. They need to shape and mold the direction that they're going to continue to grow, and getting the people stuff done right is absolutely critical for that. At the same time, you've seen these big redundancies within the talent space, and that's meant that you've got these tiny talent teams relative to what they were, and they need that external support. The model where you have an entirely internal team, be that on talent or people. I don't think that's going to stay the same. Companies aren't going to want to take that risk. Instead, they want a balanced approach, something where they can get trusted partners externally who can deliver the services that they need and balance that with building great quality internal teams at the same time.
Both of our organisations founded working with very early stage pre-seed, Series A, Series B. As our businesses have evolved, we've continued to work with early stage organisations and growth stage and later stage organisations in varying industries, inside and outside of the VC-backed tech ecosystem. We have the ability to work with organisations with or without established people or talent functions. We have businesses come to us that are either very early stage or even later stage but don't have or haven't had the need for a people and talent team so far. Similarly, in parallel, for organisations that have up to globally distributed people and talent functions, we can work alongside those teams and augment them and bring a capacity and capability that they haven't had previously. If you have a recruiting or a people related challenge, then this partnership and the services that we provide can be relevant.
It's been a pleasure to work with Matt and the team. They're so sensitive around keeping the People Collective as it is and taking the really good things from that. So you'll still see the People Collective brand, the People Collective team, solving the same problems and the same challenges for the clients that we always have done. And then in the next few months coming forward, I think it's really about just getting the opportunity to learn. If you're looking to get in contact, you can find me on LinkedIn or drop me a message, matt@peoplecollective.io.
We're really looking forward to furthering our collaboration with the People Collective, working very closely with Matt and his team to understand how we can best position our services to the customers that we have. If you're curious about this or interested, then feel free to drop me an email, matthew@scede.io, or you can hit me on LinkedIn.